Put on a microphone. That could help, right? I got distracted. Want to stream, trying to put together a stream, and then other streams I'm interested in watching came on, but that's okay. They'll probably still be on when I quit. We'll raid somebody interesting like Joe, Eat It Dad's, or maybe um Dead Greg's recipes, because they're a lot of fun. Just grabbing a few ingredients. I'm going to make the rhubarb bread today. Hi, I'm September McCready, also known as 9 of 12, and I love to cook. I love to help people learn to cook. I love to create a bargain by cooking at home and making shit up. Um, I like to help people who have failed regain their confidence, or people that are afraid to try cooking, help them have the confidence to try again. Looking my ingredients. I have almost everything out here. Red rhubarb. Excuse me. And I gas my sifter, and half and half. I need to put some half and half in something to come up to temp and be less cold. Put it in one of my little cauldrons. Hope everybody had a nice Memorial Day. If I didn't see you yesterday, glad to see you today. I spent time and had delicious food with friends or whatever. Excuse me. My family back home they've kind of transformed Memorial Day into remembering all your dead folks and going, and it's kind of always been this way. I grew up this way. Instead of just being folks who we lost in wars, kind of decorate all the graves. But I don't live near any of those, so my sister does that duty. So I'm going to open an Amazon package that came today. First thing. And get that out of the way. I want to see what's in there because it'll help me plan the rest of our day. We might stream again later. I still owe from the New Year's stream. My friend Barney wanted us to do a carbonara on stream. I'm going to take out a lot of extra bacon for this. But my son usually, or a Parmesan, an Alfredo. So I'm taking out some bacon for later, and maybe I'll stream that. I want to make this bread cake first. It's 2 of them, so I'm going to have to find someone to give some away to. It's got a brown glaze that I'm pretty psyched about. And I'm going to have to give some away because I don't want to be eating all these sweets. Rob made a face about it. When you make stuff like, and I don't know how much the rhubarb will survive in this, but it doesn't like fruit and anything, fine. And it's a vegetable. It doesn't like vegetables for the most part either. But when you make something, this is a quick bread. So it's like a banana bread or a zucchini bread, that kind of thing. And it disappears into the cake. And this is gonna, I hope, do that, but even if it doesn't, I don't know. He made a face. I don't know, I'm lucky if I can even get him to try it. So my grapeseed oil arrived. It's got a pump. That's not, I thought I priced it well, but oh well. And that's for making the solid perfumes I talked about. And I ordered my Monster Rehabs. It's hard to find the green tea ones, which are my favorite. Um, not every store has them, so I've taken to ordering them. And then I have them when I want them, which is kind of when I travel or do very long drives. I don't tend to energy drink every day. My kids do like, I've tried to caution them to stay at least one a day, but they just have them when they work, usually. So I get the KitchenAid out to make my batter. And then I don't know what we're going to do in the middle of this stream because you're supposed to make the glaze after you take out the breads. I guess so it doesn't like solidify right away. Oh, I washed this and then didn't put the half and half in it. But I feel like I could make it and then always warm it back up. I mean, I know you want to put glaze on while the bread's still warm. We're going to have like an hour while it's cooking. This glaze, this brown butter glaze, has half and half, which kind of prompted the carbonara happening tonight. When I took my son to work, he was like, hey, how much half and half are you going to have left after whatever you're doing? Which I knew that was him wanting carbonara for dinner. And he's been making it for the longest time. Kind of has taken over that duty, but may or may not stream it. We'll see what happens. Okay. Package opened. Yay. This is like showing the dang ceiling again. It really doesn't need to show my whole ceiling. Okay. Let me browse the directions. Spray the insides 8x14 loaf pans, and then do dry ingredients, and then do wet ingredients. Don't overmix. I'll reserve a few pieces of the rhubarb because you're supposed to like place it on the top to make it pretty. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. 65 minutes. Okay. Cool in the pans on wires for 10 minutes. Loosen, remove, and then make that glaze. So I'm going to start the oven. I'm going to grab 325. A whisk, because it wants me to do this wet stuff separate. I mean, you kind of always want to, but I feel like Pioneer Woman can kiss my ass. Sorry, I shouldn't be like that. Ree Drummond is, a little annoying, but she does really have some really yummy seeming recipes. An overpriced line of cooking stuff, which is, I guess it's pretty. It's really just not my style. And this is her recipes. I'll post it in the Discord. Please join the Discord. But you can find it on the Pioneer Woman site as well. But it's a little odd to me to be mixing my wet and adding it to my dry. Like, instead of adding the dry to the wet, and it seems way messier as far as having to clean out the other bowl. Right? I kind of want to do this like I would like to do it. Well, no, I guess she's not specifying that I have to do the wet stuff in this. I can do the wet in the KitchenAid. So that's what's going to happen. Okay, flour first. Let me get back to the ingredients. Nice cup I have here. My full cup is, I don't know, in the clean drying dishes where my son's left it, I guess. So I'm excited. This is the first thing well, no. I have a bunch of rhubarb I got from my sister because I can barely keep my plant alive, let alone produce enough to make with it anymore. This is a half cup. So half. And I have a bunch frozen from stuff I got at her house. 1 half. And for the longest time, all I ever made was like rhubarb pie for my grandmother's recipe, but then I modified it to put strawberries. Some strawberries, but less sugar in it. And I did a really good job. Rhubarb pie is really good. And then last year I made jam for the first time, like strawberry rhubarb jam. And that was pretty good. I liked it maybe more rhubarby. That doesn't fit. Did I do 1.5 or 2? Boy. Okay, well. 1. Half. I'm making a big mess. Let's just start over. Because sometimes you have to get a spoon. I love that I put my flour and stuff, my dry ingredients in these big gallon jars, but 1/3 of a cup, half, is the biggest measure that'll fit in the jar to scoop, which is a little annoying. 1. This isn't going to be super picky. Can I not lose track some more? Half. God's sake, let's just do this. There, now I can scoop and shake. 1.5, 2. That was a little less than the 2. And a half. Now I need like another cup. So this is yet another new to me recipe. I went looking. There's a lot of good looking stuff online that I've been eyeing for a while, for about a year since I've had all this rhubarb that I froze. Rhubarb freezes really well, by the way. Get it and season in the store while you can. But like cheesecakes and crumble bars and crumble, and I decided to go with this loaf. And it's a quick bread. Technically, it's like a zucchini or banana bread, but using rhubarb and some cinnamon. Okay, that should be 3 cups of flour. Looks like more. If I screwed it up, I'll live. It'll be fine. My eggs, I'm supposed to use 3 large eggs, and I'm using 4 because these are my wonderful eggs from my friend Erin. And They're kind of small. It's like the last ones that were in my 18 pack that I got not long ago. And so it's some of the smaller ones. I don't want to end up with too little eggs, so I figure I can err on the side of um, too much egg before too little. And I know what a batter texture should be, so shouldn't cause too much of a problem. Excuse me. All right, baking powder. Here's the baking powder. Oh, come on. It's not far. I'm sorry. I had it out yesterday for our chicken wings. So it's right here. And it wants a tablespoon, which I already have out. Awesome. Wow, the oven came to temp quick. It's got a function that tablespoon and a half of cinnamon. I need more cinnamon than is in this. I'm going to get out the new cinnamon. Cranks up really high to preheat quickly, but I swear it just didn't work for a while. Now it seems to be working. Because, you know, as soon as I change my own timing methods to be it be my routine to start the oven way earlier, that function started working again. Get it open. Knife. This giant thing of cinnamon is Kirkland. It's Costco. So this came from my son, my oldest son, who is the kid that does the most cooking, as I'm sure I've mentioned, and kindly gives me stuff that he finds that he knows I will use. So I need a tablespoon and a half, which is 3 teaspoons and a tablespoon. 3, and then like 1.5. Good amount of cinnamon in that. Now this is open. I have to find room for this in my giant spice cupboard. I'll fill this first because this is the one that sits on the spice rack in the kitchen. Nutmeg. Maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm gonna eyeball that. Teaspoon of salt. Salsilla. I'm gonna wipe this off so I don't end up with cinnamon in my salt. So, boop. Okay. Why is it doing this with the sugar? I didn't get my regular sugar out. I need 1.5 cups of sugar. Okay. This. Yeah. All right. Lock it up. You see, I've got the KitchenAid out. Doo-doo-doo. Can you see me? You can see me, and also potatoes. I got this out for later. I'm gonna do the glaze in this because it's got a spout, so that I can pour it. Well, I'm gonna do the glaze. I have to heat up and brown the butter, but then you pour it into powdered sugar and mix it around, and I'll do that in there. So let's get cracking. Our egg. See, they're little. So I'm going to use 4 instead of 3. And I'm cracking them first so that I don't I can make sure I don't get shells, or if I get shells, I can get them out before I continue to add ingredients. And that's not a bad way to do it without having to use a whole other prep bowl. I'll grab the sugar while I'm out here, which I have a big bag. I'm not going to mess with the jar right now. I should use up the bag. Okay. Eggs, cup and a half sugar, applesauce. I have to figure out something to do with this applesauce. Not something. I only need a quarter cup, and I mean, maybe I'll take it to my son's house next time I visit because he's got a baby, you know. I just spotted an eggshell. I thought I didn't get any in there. Shit. You know what's annoying about that? There's a really good trick, if you don't know, to use an eggshell to get out a segment of eggshell. Get it? No. When you get a little chip, because it cuts through the white real easily. There we go, I got it. But also, it like attracts it. So you can use your little half eggshell that from breaking it open to sorry, I forgot what I'm looking for in here. You use it to when you make a little boo-boo. Easily grab that shell out of there. Oh my god, my fucking children. So whoever did the dishes put some of my stuff I use for my stream in a weird place. And I guess, you know, that's their fault, but my fault is boring the shit out of you. Having to go fetch it. And bless, I should have told Rob to not bother getting some of the things on the list because he got me some shitty fucking. Connor's not going to feed this to Jackson. I would normally just regular plain applesauce, only apples in it, maybe some citric acid to keep it from browning. This has fucking corn syrup and shit in it. So much that it's listed twice. I could tell from the texture as soon as I opened it. So that's going to reduce the quality of this a little bit, in my opinion. I'm just going to have to pretend I don't notice. Bummer. Vanilla. Tablespoon. At least I've got some good vanilla. Did I say tablespoon? Holy shit. I don't even have a tablespoon of the good stuff because of course I don't. Alexa put vanilla on the list. Looks like we've got a TJ Maxx run happening today. That's just going to have to be close enough. I kind of don't want it to take over this anyway, so hopefully that's enough. Man. Lesson 2 or 3, like, be more prepared than I am. Is it all my wet? I'm going to mix this up and then put the sugar in. And this needs to be opened better. Better. I'm really looking forward to this. I love rhubarb. It's super, super tart. So it's going to be able to stand up to the cinnamon. And it's a third a cup, right? I need 1.5 cups sugar, because of course I do. It's okay. 2, 3. I do want to be specific with sugar. Where did my half cup measure go? Oh, I took the eggshells in the other room with it. Like getting all your stuff out. I missed a couple things. It happens. All right. Half cup sugar. This is my morena sugar, which I really like the results for anything I do with it compared to regular white sugar. But I mean, I can't always find it, and I can afford what I can afford. So yeah, no sweat here. We're gonna put our wet and our dry, including the rhubarb. Should I keep some out, folks? To put on the top? Well, these chunks are big. Sure. Find nice red ones to put on top. You know what? No. Especially because I'm trying to get... I'm hoping being frozen and thawed will contribute to it disintegrating into the bread like a zucchini would, so that I'm not the only person in the damn house who will eat this. And Victor might. Picky husband is picky. Okay. Dumping it all in at once, because with a quick bread, you don't want to mix it very long. Then you end up with icky kind of tough. All this in here. And combined, off, unlock. That looks like a great batter for quick bread to me. Yeah, it's not like super soupy. The only lumps in there are the rhubarb. With this brown butter glaze, and I haven't worked with brown butter much, but I do love it and I'm excited. I think about the glaze as much as the cake, but having something like that over a cinnamony cake, breakfast tomorrow. I'm a little sorry I didn't get to it last night. Because it would have been great to have for breakfast, but that's okay. Okay, so yep, everything's up from the bottom. A little worried about that with the KitchenAid sometimes. I haven't adjusted it recently. But it says 2 pans this size, so I'm just going to eyeball putting about the same amount in and trust that Ree, who made it good, being a home cook and starting shows, had all the resources to do a lot of recipe testing. It also did just say to spray, so I hopefully don't end up with, a problem like we did with the beet cake experiment. That's about right. That's another thing I'm going to make another attempt at before, I don't know. I'll probably time it for before whenever the next time I get to go to Raleigh and see my grandbaby is, so that I can share that with them. Like maybe eat a third, freeze a third, make them a third. And I suppose I don't have to time it all that carefully if I'm going to freeze it anyway. I could take it to them frozen, but I will check to see what his freezer space is like first. Okay. Everything is in. How much time? Did I say like 60 minutes? I think it's an hour. Yeah, 60, 65. So I'm going to put this in. I'm going to tap a little in case any bubbles got in. Oh, some bubbles came out. Set that for an hour. I'll test it with a skewer, probably because I don't have any toothpicks. Maybe a knife after that time. All right. No, that didn't take too long. Still loving my new setup. It is fantastic. Ooh, the batter splashed up a little on the KitchenAid here. This is my old KitchenAid. I don't know if there's a way to tell what year they're from, but this is the one that my mom's ex gave me. And then I gave to my son when I got a new one, but I ended up switching back. Because the motor is just stronger on the older one. And he'll live. I mean, I had no stand mixer until whenever I was gifted this one in my 40s or something. He's got one that before he even moves out of the house. You always try to do better for your kids. My definition of that seems to have a lot to do with teaching them to cook. They didn't have to go to the Latchkey Culinary School. And I'm going to plug in my hot plate now and figure out what pot I want to use to make this brown butter glaze. Excited. Don't need that. All right. So what y'all do for Memorial Day? Everybody get the day off that works out of the home? Okay. Brown butter. Once the loaf is cooked, prepare the brown butter glaze. First pour half and half into a small bowl and set aside. Already did. This just take the chill off while you prepare the rest of the glaze. Add sifted powdered sugar to a medium-sized bowl and set aside. And then we brown our butter and add to that. Okay. So I'll go ahead and put the powdered sugar. Let's measure that out. A cup. It wants to be sifted. I don't want to sift it. Sifting sucks. Third of a cup, which should fit in this wide mouth jar. I just need a cup. I vacuum sealed this with my gadget. Can you see? Yeah. Looks a little clumpy. I should sift it. I hate to be like this, but sifting is often unnecessary, and it's not like this needs to be aerated because it's going to be a glaze. My dread for it is the squinching. I feel like it could total my hands for the day. It doesn't fit. I swear I tested all these jars and a third cup fit. Guess not. Quarter will. Let me just wash that quick. If anybody wants to check out my throne list or my Amazon wish list, it's easy to find as September. I think it links below on the Twitch page. Should I put them on my website? I don't know. I do have separate liquid measuring cups for the stream. It would be really handy to have separate dry ones as well. One, so I'm not running out in the other room. 2, shake, 3. And I hope this is useful about baking. I'm starting a new recipe. Pretty confident it's going to turn out just fine. I'm not being like crazy with my measurements. People often say that, cooking is an art and baking is science. I get really, really scared about baking because if you get, there is some chemistry to it, and if you measure it wrong, everything's going to be terrible. It's more forgiving than you would think. I mean, you don't want to wildly screw up and put like 3 times the um, baking soda in and have it going poof and ruining the texture. You can overproof bread. It's not as particular as people think it is. And it even can develop more flavor. I mean, you can't just forget about it for days or anything, but it seems my arthritis says yuck. I should have maybe just gotten out a sifter to knock this through, but we'll get through it together. This is really cute. It says like Happy Easter on it. It was probably a TJ Maxx brand or something, and my old one was rusty and stuff. So, and this is the kind I kind of grew up with, so I haven't found and switched to one that would hurt less. Oof. Okay, 4 tablespoons of butter is how much butter I need to brown for this. I'm going to use this small frying / saute pan instead of a saucepan. It's because I want to be able to really see how brown it's getting better than I might be able to with a saucepan. Well, I'm going to look at the recipe and see if it says to use a specific thing. In a medium saucepan over medium heat. Well, tough shit. I'm doing it in this. Most of my seeing people do brown butter has been in a more of a frying saute pan. Speaking of, Eat It Dad's is on right now, and I think he's the one I've watched do it most because he puts it in a bunch of different cookies. All right, sifter away. Let's get a rack out for when our bread comes out, just to have it handy. Are you guys interested? Let me put my Discord in there just so the bot starts working. I don't know why I need to always trigger it. I'd love to see y'all in my Discord. I've only done crafting, I think, on stream once. I etched some glass or something. Maybe, I don't know. But if you'd like to see more of that, I'd love to do it. Brown butter, please. I look at the interactions and then I'll start cooking this up, I think. Or at least get it portioned out. Sifted sugar, butter, 6 or 8 minutes it takes to brown the butter. Pour it in there, tablespoon and a half. And vanilla. What? I need more vanilla. This, I guess we might have a problem. Teaspoon. I'm gonna have to go look in the cupboard. But let's get this cut 1, 2, 3, 4. So a half stick of butter. There's 4 tablespoons. 8 tablespoons is this. A half cup. So quarter cup of butter. If you have a different, not as easily cut to measure kind of butter, use unsalted for this for sure. All right. This is in the fridge and look and hope for vanilla. I've got the only vanilla beans I have already stripped all the seeds out of them for putting into sugar. Or I could make an extract with them. Well, that's unfortunate. You know what? I got time. I might send a kid to the store. I think I have to. I mean, there were 2 bottles. This is not me not being prepared. I thought I had enough in the bottles. Vanilla bottles are always opaque. Well, the good vanilla wasn't totally opaque, but then you want them to be dark to preserve it. Hey. Oh, shit. I need someone to run to the store. I started making something and I'm short vanilla. Fuck. All right. Well, ruined. I just have to hope it's not totally ruined because he has a headache. Fuck. What you gonna do? I'm gonna need a tablespoon. I've got another one here to add half and half. And again, I mean, we'll see. It's still gonna be brown butter. It's still gonna be really sweet. It'll just be lacking a little bit of depth. I wonder where those vanilla beans are. Let me look. Well, I don't feel like I can create a very good solution to this problem with them. I might think of something if I'm looking at them. Those are noodles. That's sumac. I'm sure a brown butter glaze is gonna be fine. Let me check my time. Okay, what else can we do while we're here? Put some things away. If I had my 6,000, I'd fix my statue. But yeah, let me know if you're interested in me crafting some more. This is such a problem. Oop. Rob has a meeting going on. I gotta not be near that. Might be proprietary information or some shit. I think I'm gonna use a knife, maybe to check the cakes, the rhubarb bread when it's done. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this. And I found out that my friend's son's birthday was yesterday, and they're living in a hotel right now. I'm thinking that might be the path I go to share one of these loaves so that I don't have too much fattening sweets in the house and take some over to them. Because, it doesn't have to be refrigerated. There's like 3 of them there, 2, sometimes 3. So I think it'll be like breakfast for a couple of days that they don't have to worry about. I thought about putting birthday candles in it or something to serve as a late birthday cake for Tyler, but I I feel like he wouldn't want me to make a big deal out of it, right? You look at the time on the cakes. 46 minutes. Guys, this isn't cool. I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to stop the stream for now. And this will be a part 1. And I'll come back with a part 2. That way, because I have plenty of time to go to the store and get some vanilla and come back. I don't want to leave you here just watching nothing, do I? Do I? Can we leave you on starting soon or something? That's a terrible idea. I should set up words with friends in case I ever have another emergency like this. But yeah, I'm gonna